What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host that once went down this really big hill on a sled, hit this sick nasty ramp, and flew straight into the side of a building. Captain Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents. Yeah, that's right, new for this channel. Alright, so this story's called Entitled Mom Calls the Police on Me for Stealing Her Daughter, who is my girlfriend and an adult. Sorry this is so long, but I hope those of you who read it will enjoy it. Background. This happened about 5 years ago. My fiance and I have been together 7 years this month. We were hoping to get married this year, but might postpone due to the circumstances. We were reminiscing some old stories yesterday when this one came up, and she suggested I share it. She was my girlfriend at the time, and at the time, I was fully aware that her mom was a few fries short of a Happy Meal, but this was the pinnacle of her behavior. I hope you guys enjoy the story. I actually have a few more I shall share if you like. Sorry for the length, that's something you don't apologize for, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Giggity. FYI, there is a happy ending. Oh, come on! Oh, that was too perfect. Cursed! Oh, sorry, let me reel it in a bit. Entitled mother, my future mother-in-law, girlfriend, or Ellie. Police officer. OP, obviously. Story. Ellie and I weren't living together at the time. She just stayed over from time to time when she could. I took her home after she had been staying with me a couple of days and was heading to work. But shortly after, just before getting to work, I get a phone call from her and I can tell she is in tears. Apparently, when she got inside, Entitled Mother immediately blew up on her about being gone for so long. Even though it was only 2 days, and she told Entitled Mom she was going to be gone and kept in contact with her while she was gone. But Ellie just sorta brushed it off and went to her room. Entitled Mother's house was pretty much your stereotypical crazy cat lady house. House badly decaying, cats all over the place, going to the bathroom in random places and whatnot. And when Ellie gets to her room, she realizes while she was gone, the cats pissed and crapped all over a pile of her clean clothes. But whatever, Ellie decided to just bag them up and she would wash them next time she came to my place. Her mom didn't have a functioning washer at the time. And apparently, that really set Entitled Mother off. Entitled Mother apparently thought Ellie was bagging her clothes because she was planning to go back to my place that night to stay another few days. So she stomped into Ellie's room, grabbed the bag, ripped it open, and flung the clothes all over the room with the cat crap and piss while screaming at Ellie that she's not going anywhere. That's when Ellie ran outside and called me. She was so upset and didn't know what to do. Her mom had been doing crazy stuff to Ellie since I'd been with her. But up until now, I just helped her however I could while not getting involved and not saying a word to her mom. I told her to go ahead and get the things she needs and I'll take her to my place. She said she would love that. I told my work I was gonna be late due to an emergency and turned around to go pick her up. When I pulled back up to the house, Ellie was in the driveway, crying. I went and hugged her and told her it was gonna be okay and that she could stay with me as long as she wanted. So she went back inside to get her things. As I was standing outside, waiting, I heard the door open again and went to help Ellie with her things. Uh-oh, it's her mom. Entitled Mother comes stomping out with her hair crazy and frizzled and an old nightgown. She beelines for me and gets right in my face. Entitled Mother with an extremely thick, high-pitched southern accent. My daughter said I need to come out here and ask what you think of me. I knew that was a blatant lie, as Ellie would never instigate this. You got something to say? Huh? You think I'm trash, don't you, huh? That's what you think, isn't it? Again, up until now, I'd completely kept my mouth shut and was trying to maintain that. But this woman was up in my face, freaking out and was tormenting the woman I loved. So I finally looked at her face and broke my silence. Why do you treat her like this?
What do you mean? That's my daughter and I worship the ground she walks on.
Oh, really? So, calling her a floozy, a bimbo, cooter, and a whore is worship? Yes, I've heard her say this with my own ears. How does she use other people's ears to talk?
I would never say anything like that.
Bullcrap! I've heard you say it!
You get your freaking ass off my property!
Okay, I almost never find myself in situations like this, so I'm not used to it. I say that because after she said this, I pretty much saw red. I'm not proud of it, but I just started shouting every curse word in the book I could possibly think of at the top of my lungs while she went back in the house. But thankfully, that only lasted a few seconds, and I immediately calmed down. So finally, Ellie comes back out with her stuff, we put it in the car, and I assume it's over. But Ellie turns to me and says,
I'm sorry, but we can't leave yet.
Why not?
Mom called the cops.
I sorta had a feeling that would happen. No big deal. So we just sat and waited for the cops to arrive. After about 10 minutes or so, a cop car pulls up. Right when he does, Entitled Mother comes out of the house and, oh my god, yes, she was doing exactly what you think. She instantly puts on the fragile, bitter old lady act, hunched over, walking slowly the whole gig. And of course, when police officer asks her what happened, she has to pitch her entire medical chart to the guy. Ellie will tell you this woman has been terminally ill for 12 years. So when she finally gets done trying to milk this poor guy for sympathy, she tells her version of what happened.
Sir, he came onto my property and verbally attacked me. He's awful to me, sir, and I've never even done anything to him. He's turned my daughter against me and is trying to convince her to leave.
At first, he seemed somewhat sympathetic to her, until he turns to Ellie.
Ma'am, this your boyfriend?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how old are you?
Sir, I'm 23.
This was my favorite part because the officer looked up from his notepad with a look of,
Wait, what?
Obviously, he was thinking Ellie was a minor or something based off of how Entitled Mother was acting, but quickly realized what he was dealing with. Eventually, he turns to me.
Okay, sir, please give me your version of what happened.
I did so. Funny side note. At one point, police officer looks up at me and says,
You look really familiar. Do I know you?
It actually turned out the police officer and I had gone to high school together. Once we recognized each other, we laughed and shook hands, and very briefly. This was hilarious because out of the corner of my eye, I see Entitled Mother has a big scowl on her face as she sees me getting friendly with the police officer. But anyway,
Well, OP, she doesn't want you on the property, so be aware that if you come back here, you technically can be charged with trespassing. Do you understand this as I've explained it?
absolutely, sir.
But, sir, I want to press charges.
He didn't do anything illegal, ma'am.
But he verbally assaulted me.
I understand that, and while that was ill-advised,
He slightly turns to me and gives me a small gesture with his hand, and I nod in agreement.
it's not something I could arrest him for. He agrees he will not come back on your property without your direct permission.
Okay, fine, whatever. Ellie, come back inside. What? No. You heard, police officer. OP is leaving and you're staying here.
Whoa, ma'am, I didn't say that at all.
But,
Your daughter is not a child, ma'am. She is a full-grown adult. She has every right to go wherever she wants.
I'm her mother. She lives under my roof. I told her she needs to stay here, so she needs to stay.
No, ma'am, that's not how it works. If she wants to go stay with her boyfriend, there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop her.
Entitled mother starts the fake crocodile tears and stomps in the house in defeat. Ellie and I thanked the officer, got in the car, and left. We've been living together ever since. Happy ending! I was waiting for this. Believe it or not, entitled mother isn't really much of an entitled mother anymore. Over the years since that day, entitled mother has actually decided to make an effort to try and improve herself. Well, that's fun. I guess she realized that if she didn't make changes, she would lose her relationship with Ellie. So, entitled mother started taking advantage of her medical coverage and went to see her psychiatrist and got medicine for her mental illness that she actually had, as opposed to the one she would make up. Since then, well, she has actually gotten way better. She takes her medicine regularly and has a boyfriend that is an extremely kind man and treats Ellie as though she were his own daughter. So basically, entitled mother isn't really an entitled mother anymore. We actually get along very well and we see them frequently, and we help each other out whenever we can. We actually look back on those early years when she was, in fact, an entitled mother and laugh. So not only is everyone getting along well, we can actually share the cringe stories and happily laugh about them. If you guys would like to hear some more, let me know. Edit! Oh my god! Thank you all guys so much for your upvotes, awards, kind wishes, and positive support. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed this so much. I am absolutely blown away by your responses. And so is Ellie. We greatly appreciate it all. A lot of you have said you would like to hear more, so either tonight or tomorrow, I'll post another story that we call the Jellyfish Story, and I'll put Ellie's Mom Part 2 in the title. Thank you guys again from the both of us. 100! I don't know how to do a sound effect for 100, so there we go. That was a great story, and it really checked that wholesome box that I've been trying to get checked at least once per episode, because I know y'all like it. But yes, the story was great. I'm glad everything worked out, and I hope they stay married forever and ever, and they have kids, and their kids get married. Kidding. Alright, this story's called Entitled Mother Tried to Get Her Daughter My Job Because I'm Chubby. This happened today, so I thought I'd share. I'm female and home from college. The stay-at-home order in my town is slowly being lifted, so some businesses are finally opening up. My parents require me to have a summer job. I'm blessed enough that I get to keep all the money I earn. My parents just like me to work to gain experience. This will be relevant later, but I'm not a skinny girl. I wouldn't consider myself large either. I'm 5'6" and weigh about 140 to 145 pounds right now, and carry most of it in my hips and thighs. The freshman 15 did hit me hard though, as I used to be 120-ish. So today, after finishing my last online final, my dad called me. He told me that one of his friends who runs a heating AC company texted him that they were looking for girls to work in the office, answering phones and stuff. I got excited because that's exactly what I wanted, so I put on a dress, printed a copy of my resume, and drove down. The ladies inside were super nice and asked me to fill out an application, so I sat down to do so. This is where the entitled mother enters. Here's everyone involved.
Entitled mother? Entitled girl?
Probably 16-ish. Me.
Desk lady one?
Front desk. This woman is relatively thin, which will be relevant later.
Desk lady two.
Desk further back, but still in the room. This woman is plus-sized, which will be relevant later. Boss. Boss of the business. We're in the South, which might be relevant, because typically for jobs like this, they're looking for a pretty face to sit behind the counter and talk to customers. This is unspoken though. Yes, it's awful, but hey, I needed a job. So as I'm filling out an application, entitled mother enters with entitled girl. She announces that she's here about the opening and her daughter would like to apply. Desk lady 1 explains that she'll need to fill out an application and hands her one and a pen. They come sit in the lobby right beside me, which I thought was weird, but I didn't say anything. Entitled mother to me,
Are you here for the job as well?
yes ma'am. You know, that cocky little sound people make. I ignored her and went up to ask Desk Lady 1 a question about the application. It was about how professional one of my references for babysitting was. When I returned and sat back down, Entitled Mother walked up to the desk.
Does my daughter even really need to fill this out? It's protocol. Boss will look at all the applications and decide who to call for an interview. Is he here? I'm sure if he could see my daughter, he'd know who he wanted to call. Haha. Yes, he is, but he isn't seeing visitors right now. How will he know who to hire if he doesn't know what the girls look like? Well, he'll need to see their references and make a few calls before he... No, my daughter is an aspiring model. She won insert local pageant in 2019. He needs to see her to know she's the face he wants to see behind the counter interacting with customers. I'm not sure what you mean. This isn't a modeling job. Looks don't really matter. Oh, I know, but they do. And let's face it,
Boss.
isn't going to want
At this point, she leans in closer to Desk Lady 1.
a chubby girl up here, is he?
This whole time, Entitled Girl is smirking at me and glances as she fills out her application. This caught the attention of Desk Lady 2 as well as me, and we both looked up at this point.
Ma'am, I'm not sure I know what you mean. Oh, no disrespect. I just know
Boss.
personally, and I know he'd prefer a new pretty face around the office. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I think there's no question between my daughter and, well, this young lady, for example.
Me.
No offense, honey. Just trying to save you some time.
At this point, I'm in tears. I don't know if it was rage or the sting of her insult, but either way, I was not going to let her see me cry. So I quickly got up and handed my application to Desk Lady 1 before trying to leave. Desk Lady 2, a plus-sized woman,
Sweetie, wait.
talking to me.
You say you know
Boss,
personally, right?
to Entitled Mother.
Oh, yes, we went to high school together. And you know him so well that you know he'd prefer a skinny woman behind his desk? Well, I didn't say that,
She did.
but I'd assume so. Great. Well, I'm his wife and I've worked behind this desk for almost 15 years now. And as you can see, I could probably drop a few. And I take personal offense to what you're saying about my husband and this young lady. So I'd like you to wait in the car while your daughter fills out her application.
Entitled Mother and Entitled Girl both stormed out at that point. Entitled Girl took her application, so I don't know if she'll apply or not. But both women behind the counter told me that Entitled Mother was a bimbo, and they'd vouch for me with the boss. So I'm hopeful that I got the job. Edit, my first award, oh my goodness, thank you so much! Update, oh my goodness, you guys are so kind. Thank you everyone for the awards and compliments, I'm so overwhelmed! You've all made my little heart so happy. A lot of you want to know if I got the job. Today I went in for an interview and just got home from that. It went well, and I'm hoping for a call soon and I'll update you when I know. Update 2! Hey guys! So I still haven't gotten a call or anything. I'm starting to think maybe they wanted somebody long-term and not just for the summer. Sorry to disappoint y'all. But if they do call me, I'll be sure to update. And there's no further update. That sucks. But that is life. Not everything has a happy ending like that last story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.